Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming back to my channel, for tuning in to the Faithful Divinity, y'all. Lord, Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lordy, 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 Lord. Has it been a day? It has been a day. Glasses are foggy for some reason. Yeah, today really just reminded me that I got some habits that I need to clear out and clean up. Because y'all, I had such, oh my god, it feels like such a long day, and it's only about 4 o'clock. And yeah, I'm choosing to learn from it because obviously, like, I really don't want to repeat something like this again. And basically what happened was I had a doctor's appointment that was an hour and a half away from where I live right now. And it's far away right now because I'm in the process of transferring my insurance to where I currently live. And so I'm waiting for this appointment to pass in order for me to like officially transfer, to like call it in and start the transfer process. And the reason why I'm waiting is because I need this appointment. It's just like the second trimester appointment that I need. It's necessary. So what happened was I drove. Thank goodness I wasn't halfway there. But I drove about 45 minutes, I would say. No, I drove maybe it was about 45 minutes. And then the doctor called me, the receptionist called me and reminded me of the appointment. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Why are they calling literally an hour before the appointment, or 2 hours before the appointment? So I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I answered, and I thought that they were going to cancel on me. And then it ended up not being that. It was a reminder for me that my appointment is tomorrow. Oh my god, dude. I got so upset. Seriously, I was like, what? What happened? What's going on? I got so, it was just, a very irritating thing to deal with, because I love to drive, but, it does exert a lot of energy just because it's, so mental, and, you're constantly watching everybody else, because, we can't trust other people, really, especially when they're driving, because who knows what they're doing. So we have to keep the eyes, peeled, and we have to stay observant and all that stuff. So it takes a lot of energy sometimes to drive, and especially when you're when you're on a mission, and you're just focused, and you got your podcast going, and I don't know, I just felt bad too, because I was like, dude, I have my son with me, my 2-year-old, and poor thing, he was just sitting in the truck for no reason, and he was excited to see his grandpa, and then I had to break the news to him that we're seeing grandpa tomorrow, and he didn't really understand because he's still so little, so he didn't really understand the reasoning behind it. And then he started crying, and I was just like, okay, this is going just so splendid. And it was just so crazy how the day switched, because earlier today, like the morning, I had a great morning, okay? Um, and my son had a great morning. Both of us had a great morning, and we were just like flowing. And I left on time, which is really really good for me. I left on time, so I'm really happy about that. And that's a habit that I am really working on, is like being on time. Um, at least with like appointments. If it's like casual stuff, then like, but I don't know. I always like let time get ahead of myself. And um and so and what was I saying? Excuse me, I just had lunch. So that was another thing too. I was like out of water, and I was starving, and like, because after we got back into the city where we live, I took my son to the park right after that. First, I got myself a coffee because I was like, okay, seriously, like I really need energy now, because all that driving for no freaking reason, right? and and like choosing to like talk myself out of being stressed and stuff, just like telling myself like, okay, just let it go. This is a learning lesson to like really pay attention to what day your appointments are, and like, like pay attention to the scheduling and things like that. And like it was just so like funny, not so funny though, because over the weekend I got this thought, like I should call the doctor's office just to like make sure just to make sure the appointment is on the day that I think it is, right? And of course I didn't, because like I forgot, and like things kind of like got pushed ahead of that, as a priority. And so then I was like, okay, I'll do it later, and then like I didn't, and I was just like literally like it was just a combination of a whole bunch of stuff. And so I was like, okay, you know what, Britt, I really need to get focused. I'm not gonna let this pregnancy brain thing become an excuse, because it's ridiculous. It's not the baby's fault. It is your fault. It is your brain up here, and that's it. Yeah. And so I think like the reason why I got so worked up about it was because of my hormones right now. There's like a lot of like, like blood pumping and stuff. And so I was just like, wow, okay, we're doing this today. This is how it's going. So yeah, I took my son to the park after that, because I was like, poor little guy. He's just, sitting in the truck, and we didn't even like get out because he was supposed to go, out with his grandpa, and like didn't even, so I just took him to the park afterwards. And then it's really hot over here today. I know I'm wearing a sweatshirt, the blue sweatshirt that I wear for almost every video. Yeah, I love it. I love it though, because it's oversized and it's big, and I think this color really flatters my skin. So I'm doing it. And I just washed it with some Downy, and I love Downy, the Downy pink rose one. That one is my favorite because it leaves the clothes so soft. I've never even like felt clothes like that, like after they've been washed. So yeah, I use Downy, and like it smells so good too. It's not even like an overwhelming clean smell, where you're just like, yup, that's clean. Yep, it smells like straight up dryer sheets, and stiff like dryer sheets too. No, it's good. It's like very subtle, and I love it. So yeah, I took him to the park, and then it's hot over here, and yeah, like inside my house it's pretty cool, so I just threw on the sweatshirt. But like I said earlier, I ran out of water out of my thermos because I drank it all. And then like I was starting to need something to eat, like something salty, because it was like so hot, and just like standing out there at the park, like, you know, walking around and stuff, it can really catch up. And so I was like, okay, we need to go back home. We were already there for like a good hour and 15 minutes. So usually we're there for 2 hours, but today, just because like of how the morning went, it is just a day. Mommy said, no, I need to go home, and I need to go home, put my feet up. So guys, yeah, I know that this was more of like a story time kind of situation. But I wanted to point out that if there's some habits that you need to fix, write them down. And because that's what I wrote them down in my notes in my phone, but I am going to write them down in pen on paper, because I feel like there's this, I can't remember like who said it, but there's a study with like the connectivity between the brain and the body, where if you write something out, you remember it, because your brain understands the actual physical activity of the letters. So like whenever you write a letter, your brain remembers like exactly what it is, and like puts it together, and then it's just like locked in, you know. So I'm gonna write them down, all my habits that I want to fix, and you know, the skills that I really need to brush up on. And so one of them is organizing, not so much like with physical material stuff, but more like scheduling, because I can mix up days sometimes, or like for example, you know, I booked this doctor's appointment about a month ago, and then we were going back and forth between the 2 days with me and the doctor. We were going back and forth between the 22nd, which is today, or the 23rd, which is tomorrow. So that's part of the reason why I probably got them mixed up. And then also my appointment last month, which got canceled for this one, my appointment last month was on the 22nd. So that's another reason too. But like still, like I need to be, I don't know, I've honestly been kind of slacking on like putting it in my calendar on my phone, because usually I'll be like, remind me of this appointment on blah 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 for blah 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 at blah blah blah, and then my phone will remind me like the day before, and I'll be like, okay, cool. So like I need to get back on that. But it's just like today really just reminded me that, yeah, I need to do that again. And you know, thank goodness for these phones, thank goodness for calendars, even like paper calendars, if that's your thing. Like for me, like I love to write stuff down because I remember it, but like if I have a calendar like on the wall or something, like I don't know, I just don't really like check it that much, but I do want to make that a habit because I feel like that's just a nice like old school kind of habit to have, where like you literally check a paper calendar. Like that's just, I don't know, there's something like really hot and sexy about that to me. Yeah, rather than going on the phone like everybody does. But just having a reminder like ding, like appointment reminder tomorrow, that is really nice. I like that. So I need to get back on that, and then I'll have to like think of other habits too and get really honest with myself, because we all like to think we're so perfect, but really there's some things that we can fix. And you know, even if it's something that you're kind of like I'm pretty good at that, write it down, because you want to make it better. Okay, I think that's like pretty much the message that I wanted to give, but I have like another thing to share too, but I'm gonna make another video on that topic because it's very specific, and I have all the notes for that one written down. This one was just really like off the top of my head, is very like in the moment because the situation happened today. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video, which will be very soon, coming to you very soon. All right, y'all, have a great day. Bye.